Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introducing myself. My name is Kartika Berlian. I'm from class A English Department. NIM H01235520. Here I wanna explain about linguistic, especially general linguistic. Alright. The first we must to know what is linguistic. Linguistics is the science of language, the science that studies language in general, which includes regional language, Indonesian, or foreign language. Therefore, linguistics is also called general linguistics. However, according to Chair in Mulyastuti 2014, based on the breadth of the object of study, linguistics can be distinguished into general linguistics and special linguistics. It can be guessed that special linguistics means focusing its study on only one language. Linguistics itself has several branches, namely phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. The one. Phonology. Phonology is the field of linguistics that studies function of sounds to distinguish or identify words. The object of phonological research is phonemes, which are language sounds that can or function to distinguish the meaning of words. Number 2. Morphology. Morphology is a branch of linguistics that analyzes the structure, form, and information, as well as the classification of words. The object of his research is morphemes, which are the small grammatical units that have meaning. Number 3. Syntax. Syntax is a branch of linguistics that studies sentence structure and the rules that govern the arrangement of words in a language. Syntax focuses on how words are combined to form phrases, clauses, and sentences. And the last, semantics. Semantics is a branch of linguistics that studies the meaning of language. Then I will explain one of the branch above, which is morphology. From several expert opinions on the definition of morphology, we can conclude that morphology is a branch of linguistics that discusses the intricacies of form and word information to various functions of changing the shape of the word to obtain different meaning. Then, what is object of morphological study? Of course, the object of morphology is the word. However, in fact, the word itself is formed from something small. Before finally becoming a word, something small is a morpheme. Morpheme is the smallest unit in language that has the meaning in a single speech. As Hockett said, morphemes are the smallest elements that individually have meaning in a language. According to Keraft, morphemes are divided into two, namely free morpheme and bound morpheme. Free morpheme that can immediately form a sentence, or morpheme that can stand on their own. Free morphemes are divided into two categories, lexical morpheme and functional morpheme. Free morphemes that make up the main meaning of sentence are content words. Their part of speech include noun, verb, and adjective. Free morpheme also include function word. This word consists of article, demonstrative, auxiliaries, quantifiers, preposition, pronouns, and conjunction. Function words serve as a grammatical connection between content words. They are not typically combined with affixes that change their meaning. Here are some examples of content words from everyday speech in lexical morpheme. Noun: girl, head, house. And another examples is verb: walk, sleep, see, eat. Adjective: quick, nice, fun, big. These words are most important part of a sentence. The meaning of content word might change when combined with other morpheme, but their free morpheme will still make up the sentence content. Next, bound morpheme. A bound morpheme is a word element that cannot stand alone as a word, including both prefixes and suffix. Free morpheme, by contrast, and can stand alone as a word and cannot be broken down further into other word elements. The set of affixes that make up category of bound morpheme can also be divided into two types. It's derivational morpheme and inflectional morpheme. Inflectional morpheme. This type of morpheme alters the grammatical function of a word, whether it be the verb tense, number, mood, or another language. Inflection. The inflectional morphemes are origins by which part of speech they modify. Modify a noun, modify an adjective, modify a verb. These morphemes are suffixes that change a word condition but not its meaning. Next, derivational morpheme. A morpheme is derivational when it changes the semantic meaning of a word. Most derivational morphemes have roots in Greek or Latin. Unlike inflectional morpheme, derivational morpheme can change a word part of speech. Example: prefix and suffix. There are some examples of inflectional morpheme. Modify a noun, s or es. Modify an adjective, er, as. Modify a verb, add, ing, and. And some example for derivational morpheme is a prefix: pre, an, non, anti, this. Suffix: is, in, eri, it, yon. Studying morphology is vital for understanding English word structure and information. It explains how words are formed from morphemes like prefixes, suffixes, and root words. Enhancing vocabulary and pattern recognition. Mastering morphology improves writing and speaking skills. Teachers can utilize interactive methods like word analysis, formation exercise, and linguistic games to facilitate student morphological understanding, promoting effective communication. Okay, that's enough for me. I hope you all can understand my explanation. Thank you for watching my video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.